Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's show is going to be all about my brand new maiden voyage of my 5 rotisserie from Brazilian Flame. I gotta tell you man, I am super stoked, super pumped about this unit. That it is going to open up a whole new ball game for me as far as recipes go, and we are going to get that kicked right off today. And I am talking about a pork belly porchetta that is going to require just a little bit of prep. So what I want to do here is let's take this in the house. Let's start that prep. After all is said and done, we will come back outside, we will fire this pit up and start to cook. Alrighty all, so we will try to get through this prep work as quick as possible. This is my pork belly. You can grab these at Costco all day long. They usually come in a 10-pound slab. This one is cut in half, so we are working with 5 pounds. And as you can see, we got a nice selection of meat to fat ratio. And the first thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to butterfly that. And to do that, you are gonna go fat side up, and you wanna go right down the middle. Take your time. You can pull the meat up as you're going. The only thing here is you don't wanna go all the way through, hence the butterfly. And you do not wanna cut through the bottom. Just go slow with a sharp knife through the middle, and when you're done doing that, you're going to flip it over fat side up as we move on to the next step. And that next step is going to come in the form of tenderizing the meat. You can grab one of these at Amazon. It is going to have 48 piercing sharp blades on the end. And basically what you want to do here is you want to tenderize that fat. Now look, if you didn't have one of these, although you can pick one up from Amazon because they are definitely good to have, I'll have information down in the description. You can lightly score it with a knife. Either or, once you're done tenderizing the meat, you're going to get yourself a tray with a rack on it. Get the pork belly on the rack. I am going to hit it with a little bit of salt, fat side up, and also a little bit of salt on the meat. At that point, we will get it on in the fridge and just leave it sit uncovered while we move on to the next step. Now go grab your herbs because we are going to do a loose chop on some parsley. I am thinking about a 1/4 cup should be nice. Once you get that chopped up, grab your rosemary. We want to get that all chopped up. Probably a tablespoon or 2 will do. And from there, go get some thyme and chop that up. Probably a teaspoon to a tablespoon should be good. You are going to mix all that together. Go put that on the side. And go grab about a half a red onion. We are going to do a chop on that. Once that is all chopped up, get that in a container, put that on the side. Then go get yourself about 6 to 8 garlic cloves, and you want to smush it. You want a nice fine chop on this. A little bit of a trick here is go get yourself some kosher salt. Pour some kosher salt as you are going. That'll help you smush it and chop it. It'll help keep everything together. Once that is chopped up, pasted up, put that on the side. And finally, grab some pecans. I was going to use some pine nuts, but I had these pecans laying around and I think that'll work fine. We are going to do a loose chop on that, get all that stuff together, and I will meet you at the stove. All right, to get your saute pan on, you are going to go medium heat. Hit it with a little bit of olive oil. First in is going to be those chopped walnuts. Now look, if you've never toasted off any type of nut, either in the oven or on in a saute pan, it is going to give it more of a distinctive nutty flavor, which is definitely going to be perfect for this dish. And that is only going to take about a minute or so. From there, you are going to grab your garlic. That goes in next. Again, another minute or so. Then grab your red onions and get that in there. Let that all go for probably 2 minutes, and you are going to incorporate all that goodness together. There is a lot of flavor in that saute pan. At that point, the fresh herbs go in, and you are only going to let that go for about 30 seconds or so. Bring all that together, and then get about 1/8 of a cup of panko breadcrumbs. Get that in there. Again, let it go for about 30 seconds to a minute. Mix it all together, get it in a bowl, and I'll meet you over at the pork belly. Grab yourself some plastic wrap, get it on top of the pork belly because you are going to pound it lightly down. You want it to sit as flat as possible. Now look, looking back at the cook, after I pounded it lightly down, I should have grabbed my meat tenderizer and poked the fat again. I didn't do that. I would suggest you do it. It's not going to change the flavor much, but it may give you a little bit more crackle. From there, we are going to do the zest of 2 oranges and follow that up by the zest of 1 lemon. Now look, be careful you don't get the whiteness in there. You want to keep it just the outside zest. At that point, get yourself some fresh cracked black pepper and a little bit of kosher salt. Now go grab that mixture and you are going to spread it out evenly all over the pork belly. Once you get all that done, it is time to basically roll it up. And what you want to do here is you want that fat on the outside. So you are going to start with the meat side and just roll it. Keep it as tight as possible. Once you get all that rolled up, you are going to go grab yourself some butcher's twine. I'm going to use about 5 or 6 of them. Do it like you are tying a regular knot, only loop it around a second time, then pull it tight. That is going to allow it to stay exactly where you pulled it. Then you are going to put your last knot in. Once you get all those done, you can take those knots and you can twist it to the bottom. That is going to keep the top looking good. From there, you can clean up your edges. At that point, the only thing left to do is to cook it. So welcome back, and that prep really wasn't that bad. And here is our porchetta. And the only thing I'm going to do here is this has been sitting out for probably about an hour or so. That is going to help it come up to room temperature. We want to get that skin dried out. I'm just going to make a couple little bit of pokes right here. And also I do have a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. We are going to get some of that on. Using fresh ingredients on a recipe like this is all the game changer. Alrighty, so that is all there is to that. Let's get on over to the Brazilian flame and fire it up. So towards the back of the unit, you are going to get your gas hookup, and also you are going to have an electrical plug in. That is going to work your timer and your temperature. Now looking up top, that is going to be where you are going to keep things warm. All the way down at the bottom is going to be your grease tray. There is your timer and temperature right up front, and also you are going to have 2 zones. It is going to go from hot to low. And again, lighting this couldn't be more easier. Just press it in. It'll automatically click and light. Turn it to high to low. From there, we are going to get our pork belly in. I am going to go at the second location, and we will just let this bad boy run for about an hour or so. Alrighty guys, look, so we are 1 hour into the cook, and we're definitely looking pretty good. But I have to tell you, the smell out here in the shack is absolutely incredible. I don't think I've smelt it so strong as far as a BBQ with that bacon and all those herbs inside. I mean, it is crazy, man. I can pick it up leaving my house, walking towards the shack. I can pick it up an hour in. Let's go in. I want to adjust it up. I want to develop a little bit more crackle, and we will also get a temperature reading, although I'm probably thinking it is going to still be under that 120. After all that, we will just let it run, and I'll bring you guys back. Alrighty guys, look, so this one is going to clock in a little bit over 3 hours, and I got to tell you, man, I am definitely impressed. This was a fun cook as I get to know the oven and how it works. And here is my porchetta right here. A little bit singy, a little bit dark. I wanted it that way. I wanted to try to develop a little bit of a blister, as you can hear. And that mission was definitely accomplished. And again, the smell out here, man, was, it's pretty crazy. Let's get this off. That goes 1, 2, 3, there you go. And we are gonna pull this camera down here. We are gonna go right down the middle, cut this bad boy open and see how it looks. I'm gonna go right in, man. I can't wait to dive into this. And we will go in with a cheers. Wow. Oh man. I gotta tell you that orange zest is the star of this show. I mean, the flavors in this thing, it is so fresh, man, with those herbs, but the orange and a little bit of hint of that lemon. I did 2 oranges. I did 1 lemon, so the orange is gonna take control of that. The garlic is right there, man. This is absolutely incredible, man. This is a lot of flavor right here. Wow. So guys, that is gonna be it for this one. This is the Brazilian Flame, man. This is a complete winner, man. This is gonna be a fun cook, and I will have more of these cooks coming. So if there's anything you wanna see, leave it down in the description and let me know. Otherwise, my name is Tommy, and until next time, we will see you soon.